systematic knowledge of construction materials, their structures and properties such as the quality of stones, lime, cement, etc. Here, before I before this topic, when geology gives the proper information about construction materials. So in previous we are discussing about that point. Here also for any construction structure, so here geology provides a systematic knowledge on that materials. So what are the materials we use in constructions like stones, lime, cement, etc. Okay. Next point. Here, geology provides knowledge about the nature of rocks, which is very necessary for all tunneling and dam projects, construction of roads, and in determining the stability of cuts and slopes. Here, geology gives the knowledge about the nature of rock. For tunneling and dam projects, here dam and tunneling constructed, the geology gives the proper knowledge about the nature of rock. So here, here petrology we know about the rock, how to rock form and what are the types of rocks, which rock is the strong one. When it is in civil engineering point of view, rock, which type of rock is suitable or unsuitable, we are known about that petrology. So here petrology is in geology. Am I right or not?
Okay.
Okay. Here, so we know by knowing here the rock information we are collected from the geology. So for every tunnel or bridge constructed in rock areas, the proper information we gathered from the geology. And also for construction of roads, here construction of roads there is a cuts and slopes. So here also geology knows about the slope in slope and cut stability. So those informations we are collected are known by geology. Next, the knowledge of groundwater is necessary in connection with excavation work, water supply, irrigation, and many other purposes. Here, geology gives the gives the information about the groundwater also. For any structure, first we excavation works. We will be starting one is excavation works. Excavation works and water supply and irrigation and many other purposes we use it groundwater. So those informations are those informations are collected from the geology. So here groundwater condition, to know about the groundwater by using geology. And geological maps and sections help considerably in the planning of all engineering projects. For every engineering project, we are collecting geological maps and sections. Here, geological maps and sections gives the information. Here, what are information gives in geological maps and sections means we are selected some ground. So in that ground, there is a outline, there is an minerals or ores present and groundwater condition and environmental condition. In case in particular area there is an any problems or any affected area, those informations we are collected from geological maps and sections. Whereas some selected area there is an up and down, where there is a filling material or a digging material. So those informations are given land, proper land information we collected from the geological maps and sections. So these maps and sections is useful for planning any engineering project. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Next, any of geological structures like faults, joints, beds, folds, and fractures are found. they have to be suitably treated to enhance the stability of the structure. Here, um, uh, here any geological structure. Here, geological. What are the geological structures means? Faults, joints, beds, folds, and fractures. Those are called as a geological structures. Those type of structures are found in foundation means those type of structures are present in foundation means the structure, the foundation may be damaged. So if they are present in any foundation, we have to treat it to enhance, to increase the stability of the foundation. So those informations we are yeah, geology gives that information how to increase the strength, how to enhance the strength and stability of that for structures. So those informations are collected from geology. Here, geological studies provide in-depth knowledge about the origin of the natural disasters like earthquakes, flooding, and droughts, and also helps in their mitigation, such as formation of seismic resistant structural design, flood control, embankment, controlling the meandering of rivers, designing the waterway for bridges, etc. Here, geological studies gives the vast knowledge about the natural disasters like earthquake. Here, by using this subject, we know about the earthquake, how to earthquake will come, how to measure the earthquake, how to identify the earthquake. So, earthquakes and flooding. Flooding means, I told you, flooding means overflow of water. We can call it as floods. And draft. Here, draft means there is no water availability. So, water is less or no water. We can call it as draft. And also mitigation, and also seismic resistant structural designs. If any earthquake comes, when the structure resists to that earthquake, so we have to design that type of structures. So then it is call it as seismic resistant structure design. And flood control embankment. Here, flood control embankment means whenever river sides, we have to certain slope we are provided, so that slope we can call it as an embankment. So those embankments use it to protect the water within certain range. There is no chance to overflow water. So that is called this type of structure we can call it as flood control embankments. And controlling the meandering of rivers. Here, the river path we can call it as a meandering. So the river path will be will not overflow. We can controlling the that type of meandering of rivers, and designing the waterway for bridges. So we have to design the waterway from reservoirs to upstream side to downstream, and the water may flow from bridges. So that type of design we are knowing the geology. Here we geological studies. So these studies provide those informations. Okay. So these surveys we can call, before these surveys we can call it as pre-geological surveys. So here pre-geological surveys, before we are conducting to reduces the cost of structures. So that's where we are conducting a pre-geological survey. Okay. Next one, geological agents. Here, geological agents. So what are the geological agents means? The natural force which are responsible for the visible changes on Earth's surface are called geological agents. So Here, geological agents means the natural force. When the natural force acting on the earth surface, the type of force we are visible to see, the type of force on the earth surface acting on it. So then we can call it as geological agents. Here, natural force. What are the natural? Which type of what are the natural forces like wind? Okay, so here we call it a wind. So whenever wind acts on the surface, the earth surface may be erode. So that, for example, that type of force we can call it as natural force. So here the natural force acting on the earth surface. So the type of force we have to visible to change the earth surface, then we call it as a geological agent. So here, what is meant by geological agents means we have to write this one. The natural force which are responsible for the visible changes on the earth surface are called geological agents. So next one, based on their origin, these natural forces can be grouped into two types. Here, based on natural forces, origin means from starting. This starting or at a point. So then we based on origin, these natural forces are of two types. First one is exogenous geological agents, and second one is endogenous geological agents. Okay, these are the geological agents. So what is meant by geological agents means the natural force are responsible to visible to change the earth surface. We can call it as geological agents. So this is the important one for giving 2 marks question. What is the geological? What are the geological? What is meant by geological agents means we have to write this point. Okay. In case examples means example rivers, winds, waves, tides, those are comes under exogenous geological agents. Wind we can call it as geological agents. Okay. 2 marks. Whenever 2 marks question will ask what is meant by geological agents, simply we can write the natural forces which are responsible for the visible changes on earth surface are called geological agents. Okay. Based on origin, the natural forces may be divided into two types. First one is exogenous geological agents and second one is endogenous geological agents. Here, what is meant by exogenous geological agents means um, some of the agents acted on the earth surface. Those type of forces may changes work slowly and steadily, but there is they form the topographical in me. It may be irregularities that, for example, ups and downs on the surface. So here, some natural forces acting on the earth surface. So here the erosion maybe takes work may be takes slowly but steadily. That means constantly the work may constantly the work started it slowly. Where with certain times the earth may form certain irregularities on the earth surface. So we that is ups and downs on the surface. Second one, the geological works in a way is systematic. Like when erosion is takes place by transportation and deposition. So here erosion takes place means when the natural forces acting on the earth surface, here erosion will occur. So erosion will occur means they travel at some point and settled at one region, one point. So we can call it as transportation and disposition. Settle down, the particles may be settled at one point, we can call it as deposition, and travel at some point we can call it as transportation. So mainly the natural forces may acting on the earth surface, some erosions are occurred. So those erosions may be traveled at some time and deposit at one point. Okay. I will show you example. The erosion process causes the disappearance of landmass like a hill, while the deposition process causes the disappearance of depressed landmass like pit, lakes, and seas. So here erosion process takes means when the erosion may occur, the landmass may disappearance like hills. Do you understand this point? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So whenever the erosion takes place on the surface may be disappearance. For example, like hills. When a deposition process may cause a disappearance of depressed land masses like pit, lakes, and seas. So exogenous groups of agents means examples of exogenous groups of agents are rivers, wind glaciers, tides, and waves. These are waves of seas. These are the examples of exogenous groups of agents. So here types of erosion. So we have to see first one. This is the normal one when the river flows on the hill areas. Here first one is river flow on hill areas. So this is the natural. This is not affected from erosion, but here affected of erosion. See here land may be eroded. Are you see or not? Hello. Here the erosion will be takes. Here the land may be eroded, and next this type of erosion may be called as a river carrying a valley. Here the valley may be eroded. So here next one is waves cutting back cliffs. Here the waves acting on the land area. So the waves may be eroded at here the waves may be eroded. The land may be slowly deposited into the sea. Next one, wind blowing on topsoil. Here normally wind acts on the earth surface. So due to wind, the topmost layer of the soil may be eroded here. And next one, glaciers moving. Here snow area, snow mountain. There is due to erosion, the boulders may be moved slowly. It is divided into breakdown and then smallly they moved into the seas and converted into water or etc. Next one is landslides. Here this is the normal one, this is the erode one. Here we can observe that erosion part is this one. Due to some reason, due to some natural forces, this land may be eroded. Here, erosion in hills, due to erosion, rocks are broken down into smaller pieces, which are transported and deposited depression in the depression area. Here, this is the hill one. When natural force acting on the hill area, so in hill area, the number of rocks are presented. Due to such type of force acting, the erosion may be occurred. So in case of erosion, the rocks may be converted into a small pieces. Then we can call it as sediments. So the type of sediments are transportation. So the sediments are traveled to certain point through region. At one certain point, the sediments are settled down or deposited. So then we can call it as depressions. So in that way, exogenous geological agents are formed. Next, geological agents Second one is endogenous geological agents. The nature, origin, and function of endogenous geological agents are in principle opposite to exogenous geological agents. They originated below the Earth's surface, work suddenly, and create topographical irregularities. Here, endogenous geological agents are quite opposite to the exogenous geological agents. Here, when exogenous geological agents, the erosion maybe occurs on the Earth's surface, but here the erosion maybe occurs on the below the surface. Okay, and in exogenous, the erosion maybe takes slowly and steadily, but here the erosion may be occurred suddenly, so they create topographical area is irregularities. Examples of endogenous geological agents are volcanoes, earthquakes, groundwater, and tectonic forces are comes under are all examples of endogenous geological agents. So these are the geological agents, and what are the types of geological agents. So first one is exogenous and second one is endogenous geological agents. Here exogenous geological agents are occurred on the Earth's surface. Erosion maybe takes slowly and steadily. When endogenous geological agents are quite opposite to the exogenous. Their erosion may be occurred at below the Earth's surface, and their work may be suddenly occurred, and the topmost layer or topographical area of the Earth may be formed as irregularities. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
madam. Hello, madam.
Okay. All of you able understand these three topics or not?
Yes, madam.
Okay. If you have any doubts, please rise or ask me about these topics.